What's good, guys? Welcome back to another video. We're here with another review, and I love doing these because it opens my eyes to newer projects that may have a lot more of a safer aspect to it, that may have a better feel to it, that may have a better look or a better concept. And I'm always interested in a lot of these reviews. I get a lot of DMs, across Twitter and or X. I'm never going to get used to that. I get a lot of DMs to where people are like, "Hey, can you review this project?" Or, I've watched this video and I feel like, we have a good project as well. So could you review my project? And honestly, I usually look into it a little bit and then I get back to them and say whether it is something that that I want to review. And when something is, provides security for a lot of investors, I'm a big fan of what they are doing, and I'm willing to review that more than I am something that doesn't have that security, obviously. But I don't really shy away from anything by, when it comes to the review standards. And remember, these are reviews. They're not necessarily partnerships or promotions or in any way. But a lot of times, like if I do find the project interesting and I decide to invest into it or want to be a part of it, then yeah, I mean, I can work my way into, trying to be a part of it in some form or fashion, right? That happened with Elmo, and I believe Elmo has a huge future, a large potential, and I can't wait to see what it can be. So this is kind of what I do these reviews for, is not for just a promotional standpoint to push, a project, but to get their name out there and also understand if it is something that's investable, it is safe, and if there are good people that are in the crypto market, there are good people that are out there. So guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel. And if you want to check out my new credit card YouTube channel, feel free to do that. I'm also going to have all the links for Lucky's Leprecoin down below. This is the project that we are reviewing today. So first, I think we need to start out with just looking at the website, right? Lucky's Leprecoin. And for some reason, as I, went into the website, I don't know, green is starting to grow on me. And maybe it grew on me because I like money, right? So when I invest more money and we turn it into other forms of money, or when we put it into, a Roth IRA or whatever, and we see it grow and we see the green that happens in the market, everybody likes it, right? Everybody likes to see that. No one likes to see red. So Lucky's Leprecoin is here. And I just thought it was an interesting concept, an interesting, website right from the start. As I opened it up, I was like, this is pretty cool. But they have their coin market cap, their coin gecko and all that, and we'll get into that. So about Lucky's Leprecoin. Once upon a time, in the boundless world of the internet, a crisis hit the meme coin kingdom. The kingdom, once a place full of hope, laughter, skyrocketing value, was now facing a decline. Meme coins of all shapes and sizes were losing their charm and value. Investors were losing faith, and the market was shrouded in uncertainty and gloom. In the heart of the kingdom lived a magical leprechaun named Lucky. Unlike most leprechauns who hoard gold, Lucky had a different kind of treasure, a pot full of ancient wisdom and charm. He was a merry spirit who believed in the magic of memes and the power they had connecting people around the globe. Seeing the despair in the kingdom, Lucky decided to take action. He knew the meme coins had lost their sparkle, not because of the value, but because people had forgotten the joy and unity they represented. The meme coins were not just about investing and profit. They were symbols of a global digital culture, uniting people through humor and shared experiences. Honestly, that is true. It's a great story, right? With his magical powers and the help of his trusty blockchain, Lucky created a new meme coin, the Leprecoin. The coin was imbued with Lucky's charm. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Ensured that anyone who held it would would be filled with optimism and a sense of community. But what made Lucky's Leprechaun I'm gonna have trouble saying that because I always think Lucky's Leprechaun, but Lucky's Leprechaun, but Leprecoin, truly unique was its connection to Lucky himself. For every positive action done by its holders, like helping a fellow investor or spreading positivity, Lucky would reward them by increasing the value of their Lucky's Leprecoin. News of Lucky's Leprechaun spread across the kingdom. Investors, intrigued by Lucky's charm and the promise of the Lucky's Leprechaun, started to believe in the magic of meme coins again. And more people joined in. Their collective positivity started to reflect on the value of Lucky's Leprechaun, which began to rise. So, I mean, this is just like it's a story. It's a full story. And honestly, this could just go in a book and you could read it to a child for a bedtime story. And it's a great story. And they came up with it, and fantastic to see. But let's understand and go into the details of, as an investment, what Lucky's Leprechaun is, because we're already like 6 minutes into the video. So again, it's a meme coin, right? Meme plays are big because popularity in a project means everything. You can build all the utility that you want, but in order to build popularity, you have to have something behind it. In order to build a lot of that wealth, you have to have something behind it. So popularity needs to be there. So when I talk about meme coins, you talk about something like a Shiba Inu or something like a Pepe or something like, a Dogecoin. You understand that the value is within the popularity, and that's where it all stands. So it's Lucky's Leprechaun is that as well. So here you see the audit to the project, which I do have the audit, but we'll go into a lot of that a little bit later. They do have some centralized exchanges. Again, we'll go into a little bit later as we go through the list of what we have here. You have the token symbol. If you guys want to look it up, you can go on CoinMarketCap and look that up right now. Also the address. Again, we will go into all of that stuff later. The distribution, which 100% was distributed, when they had the sale of it, which was on Uniswap, right? So public sale, 100% of the tokens were available for purchase during the launch of the initial coin offering. So that's good to see everything that is available. You don't have to worry about any type of dilution. That's always a deal breaker for me, is when something has a lot of dilution potential. But if something has a max supply that's already out there, boom, now you have the ability to, if you needed to decrease the supply, you could decrease the supply, but you know that it's only going to get better from there because, you have all of the coins out there fully distributed. So the roadmap here would be to launch the coin, initial sale, apply for CoinMarketCap, and they have CoinMarketCap, grow the community. So we're literally in like phase 2 as we're trying to grow the community. Then 20, they're trying to get to on the top 20, or not top 20 exchanges, but list on 20 exchanges. I don't know if they'll get listed on the top 20 because obviously you have to worry about Coinbase and Binance and how their approval and how much it costs to actually get listed. Sometimes, especially if you're a brand new coin that doesn't really have the hype or the push to list on these exchanges, it can cost you upwards of like $1 million in order to get listed, which if the coin grows enough might not be a crazy amount for someone to take, $1 million and just throw it to get listed on some of these places. But as a smaller coin, it's definitely a difficult situation. So expansion for more global exchanges and Lucky Leprechaun's merchandise, partnership with online games, and Lucky's Leprechaun usage. So that's the way that you see that there. And you could also go through how to buy it. You go through Uniswap, and it's an ERC20 token. Again, we're going to go through a lot of this stuff. Then you have different pieces where you have the introduction, understanding meme tokens and what they are. The idea behind Lucky Leprechauns. Lucky Leprechauns derives from inspiration of the Irish folktale, symbolizing luck and fortune. Our mission is to provide a fun, engaging, and rewarding experience for holders, built in a community-driven approach. Lucky Leprechauns represents tokenized form of this communal spirit. So honestly, that's everything there. You do have the team members, which they have their LinkedIn profiles, so everybody's doxed on who they are, which is fantastic. It creates transparency, and you have the different LinkedIn profiles here. Who I found out Michael Dre is Lean Six Sigma black belt. I'm a Lean Six Sigma green belt, so that's great to know. But that's not something that's just like unique to me and him. A lot of people are Lean Six Sigma. It's important. If you guys want to look it up, it's fantastic. If you work in like manufacturing or even healthcare, I feel like it's beneficial. But then you have Courtney and you have different people that are the devs and the team that are doxed, and we know their names, which is fantastic, instead of just having somebody that you don't know, right? That creates less transparency behind it. So again, we're 10 minutes in. Let's go and look at the actual project. So currently, if we look at the project, it's at point, let me actually get in here. It's at how many zeros? 1, 2, 3. I don't even know if I can't even see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It might be 6 zeros, 6 or 7 zeros. And you're looking at 1202. And it's at a $81,000 market cap with $19,000 worth of volume, which has increased over the last day. It's up 241%. Now, there again, 100% of the supply is out there. You're seeing 711 billion coins. So it's not quite a trillion, but you are seeing a billion coins. But it doesn't really matter about what the supply is, but more about how much supply is there and what market caps you can see that get to at with that supply, with that the hype that could build behind it. If you look at the fully diluted market cap, again, it's the $80,000 market cap that is there. So it has a lot of room for growth as we can see this get, maybe a little bit more popular, and go on different exchanges and actually be legit. There are coins out there that are not legit, that don't have, all their ducks in a row, and people force their way into it because you have somebody out here that pushed it and got a hell of a lot of views from it. Well, we're hoping that you see the good guys, finally win. And that's typically what you would want. In the end, that's what you end up seeing, but it takes a while to get there. So the markets that they have that they're available on, they're on 3 different places, right? Uniswap, Toolbit, and I don't even know how to say that, but Tokepi, or Tokepi. But they're going to be trying to list on different exchanges. And I believe once they get on, tier 2 exchanges, they'll start to go to tier 1 exchanges and so on and so forth. But they're definitely making some moves here. And I would like to see them grow a lot more. I would like to see them catch a lot more traction because, again, it's growing on me. If I look at the contract, we go into the contract, we see that it has 105 holders right now, which again is, very, very small. And, we can see that grow from here because we're literally just starting with 105 holders. The majority of the holders, you're seeing the 15% that's in Uniswap. And then you have a holder that's below 5%. And you have the deployer wallet, which is below 5% as well. No other wallet holds more than 5% besides the Uniswap liquidity, which is fantastic to see. That's something you don't typically see. A lot of people want to hold on to like 51%. And then they're like, well, I can't hold on to 51%. I own a business. Well, we don't trust if you hold on to 51%, because there are a lot of people that try and take that and try and pull from you, and it just doesn't feel great, If we go into the next piece, which is the audit that they have, I think there's only one concern with the audit. They have an 82% good score, but there's one concern with the audit, and the only concern is the anti-whale, part of it, right? They can't really adjust that to add the fact that they don't want to have or they don't want to have any whales or any people that are owning a certain amount. Like right now, anybody can own as much as they want to buy, and at a low price. That's something that may be a little bit concerning for the beginning stages of a project, honestly. And, if you see the growth, if you see enough growth, then you potentially could see you won't see as many of those larger whales that come in and want to buy up the whole entire thing. And then once all these other people get in, they decide to get out and they collapse it. Like you don't want that whale to come in too early and, basically say, I want to buy up 100% of the supply. And then you own 80,000 or not even 100%. Let's say it's like 50% of the supply and they own $40,000 worth. And if they own $40,000 worth or whatever they can pull out of the liquidity, then that means that whoever else decides to come in because they see it skyrocket up, they get out. So you have to be careful of that. And I think we'll definitely make that known. I'm sure they'll definitely make that known after, a while. And if something does happen where you have a larger whale into it, I'm sure they'll say, look, we have this large whale that's into it. Please be careful with that. And that's just something that I do worry about there. But other than that, everything else is like squeaky clean, and we'll go into the token sniffer or the sniff score as well, which again, we'll go in here. I do want to go into liquidity to show you where liquidity is. So $24,000 is in liquidity as you have an $80,000 project. And I'm sure they'll continue to add more as, it goes up, but it's a good ratio because as this price goes up, as the overall market cap goes up, the liquidity, the value of what's in there also goes up because that's the current coin. Like if the liquidity was in a different coin, then that would just make no sense. The liquidity has to be held and tied to whatever this coin value is. So that's what's good about that. But if we go into the token sniffer score, this is something that I haven't seen. 100 out of 100. They made sure that what they were doing is by the book. They were doing everything the right way, and they made a 100% comfortable and safe meme coin to invest in. No issues at all. And yes, while you still have the chance for having, malicious code somewhere, somehow, as you have, a renounced contract, you could still have malicious code. But they don't. That's the thing, is that you go into that code, and I'm sure Token Sniffer will end up updating to check into the code to see if they have anything malicious, as they have like AI and stuff, but they don't. So if you go into the swap analysis, token is sellable. It's not a honeypot. They have 0% tax on buying and selling. They have 100% verified code. Ownership is renounced, which is good. That means you can't change the contract. Creator does not authorize for special permissions. Again, fantastic. Creator wallet contains less than 5% of circulating supply, and all holders possess less than 5% besides the liquidity. Adequate liquidity, right? It has 6.74 ETH, and when they started, they had 1 ETH. So they continued to add to liquidity as you saw the price that was rising or making some moves. At least 95% of the liquidity is burned or locked. You have 100% of the liquidity that is burned or locked for at least 15 days. And then you have the creator wallet that contains less than 5%. Again, squeaky clean sniff score, which I've never seen. Typically, you have something in a newer project, you don't have all your ducks in a row. And I think they did. I think the only mistake that they did make was not putting some sort of anti-whale feature into it, which would have made it literally 1,000, or not 1,000 times better, would just made it a little bit better. And just 100% safe rather than worried about it being 99 or 98% as safe. You know what I mean? So it's a little hiccup there, but either way, it looks fantastic overall. Now, if you look at their X account, they have 778 followers, which was built by, seeing the interest in Lucky's Leprecoin. And I'm sure they'll grow even further. I'm sure they will make some moves over here and continue to tweet. And they're getting tweets that are according or likes that are according to the or tied to basically the amount of followers. So 29 likes, 4 or 5 likes, 6 likes, whatever. I typically get, somewhere around 60 likes, and I have 17,000 followers. Sometimes I'll get 100, sometimes I'll get 200, but it's rare that will happen unless, you tweet out some of the most popular stuff. So it's actually fitting, right? It fits with what they are. They do have a TikTok account that I've seen, and their TikTok account, I guess they're pushing Lucky's Leprecoin as well. And in the beginning, they had one that had 17.8K views. So as long as they continue with that engagement and pushing that, they can also have that. I wanted to look into their Twitter to see how organic the growth was, and the growth is organic, and it came from a lot of the interest within Lucky's Leprecoin. So the honest opinion as I go through this review, what do I honestly think about Lucky's Leprecoin? I mean, it's interesting. It's a project that you see a lot of other projects that are out there that are not as safe. And it makes me think, like, is this going to be, not to say the next Shiba Inu or anything like that, but be a lot more valuable and maybe potentially could be up there as it shows how safe it actually is, right? Just because you don't have an anti-whale feature in the beginning stages of it doesn't mean that it can't have a ton of success in the future, because the future, as it gets up to a $1 billion price, you're not going to have anybody that ends up being a crazy high whale to mess up all of the volume. It's just in the beginning, it's tough because you want to try and move in there before the whale decides to really jump in there, because they will try and do something to where there's not really a lot of good people in the world, and not just on the creation side, but on the investor side. I've seen it time and time again, but I'm sure Lucky's Leprecoin will have a ton of success, and I'm excited to see what it is for the future. Honestly, it's kind of getting into more of that Elmo realm where I'm like, do I want to be a part of this project? Because it seems like it's very safe. Again, besides that anti-whale feature, I feel like it just seems like it's very, very safe, which we've seen that in plenty of other projects. So anyways, let me know what you think about the coin. Does it interest you? Is there memeability with it? Do you think that it can build popularity? So I'm always interested in what people have to say about this. Again, this is a paid review to where I'm going through the negatives and positives, but I really didn't have many negatives to say besides that one part. But again, this is getting into that situation where it's like, do I want to try and be a part of this? Because the more I look into it, the more safe and the better it feels, Maybe I just like green. I don't know. Do you like green? Because I think we all should like green. But guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you want to check out any of the links down below for Lucky's Leprecoin, if you want to do a little bit of research yourself, feel free to do that. But I'm going to get out of here, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.